Levi was torn. He had a crush on you. He had a crush on a girl in Rad, but he also had a crush on a person he'd been playing games with for the past 2 years. He couldn't decide. He liked both of you guys. One day, as he was relaxing, playing some RPG games, he got a message. It was a message from the person he'd been playing with for a couple of days now. Well, years. It said, "Hey, want to meet up in person? I've been dying to get to know the real you for a while now." Levi was shocked at this, but he did want to meet you in person. So he decided to take up the chance. You agreed to meet in an arcade in the human world. He asked the developer for permission, and eventually he gave it to him. He was waiting for you there, and then when he saw you, cause you described what you was going to be wearing, he was shocked. It was the same person he had a crush on at Rad. And you did like Levi back, but you didn't know how to tell him. You was shocked when you saw him too. Both of you guys had different usernames than your real name, so you never knew each other's real names in person. You were shocked when you actually met each other. Turns out you still guys had a lot in common, and Levi got to talk to you for the first time, and you guys had a great time. At the prize counter, Levi had more tickets than you, and he bought a headset. You was disappointed because you didn't have enough tickets to buy a new headset that you always wanted. As you were leaving, Levi bought the headset that you wanted. When he handed it to you, "Thank you, Levi," he said with a big smile on his face, making him turn red and his heart skipping a beat. "Don't think about it too much. I just had some extra tickets and I heard you want it. So there's no need to thank me," he said. Edith chuckled, gave him a kiss on the cheek, and ran off. His face was turning all red. No one had ever gave him a kiss on the cheek before. When he got home, he was in a super good mood. All of his brothers noticed this and started questioning him about it. But he wouldn't exactly answer them. Asmodeus made a few dirty jokes here and there, but he didn't pay attention to them as he normally would. He was too busy thinking about you. And on the kiss on his cheek, he was thinking that he should never wash that cheek again. But then when he thought about it, it'll probably be disgusting, and you'll never give him a kiss on the cheek again if he never washes it. So he had to keep washing it, even though he probably on the inside didn't want to wash it away. You and him started hanging out after school or during school during lunchtime. You guys will always seem to meet up in Rad and always just chat. Asmodeus would tease Leviathan about this, but he didn't let that get underneath his skin. He did like you, but he was too much a tsundere to admit it himself. He'll buy you random gifts that you always wanted, and he'll just make up excuses saying that he was passing the store and he just seemed to have some extra money and bought it for himself, but decided he didn't want it anymore. But truly, he bought it for you. He was glad to have a friend like him in your life. You and him grew closer and closer. From only spending a couple of hours together, you were spending the whole days together. Of course, sometimes Lucifer would reprimand him for not focusing on his studies and kept on hanging out with you, but he didn't tend to care. He learned how to tune out Lucifer's rants. Sometimes you and him would play games until like 4 in the morning. You guys would have super bad eye bags. And you guys will always tease each other about it. There was this one other demon who had a crush on you and was getting jealous about how you and Levi were spending so much time together. He tried to pull you away from him, but he didn't let that stop you guys. This guy was getting fed up. He started to take it away from Levi. Every time you and him would hang out, he would always butt in and tell you that you guys were going to meet up somewhere, when knowingly you made plans with Levi. Of course, he always guilt-tripped you into doing this. He was a very kind person. And sometimes a little too gullible. So it was easy to do. So you and Levi then has been spending less and less time together, which was making him pretty upset. And even though he'll never admit it, it made him jealous. One time he invited you over to his house, and you gladly accepted. Good thing the guy wasn't around to stop you guys. When he got there, he met his older brothers, and he had to say, Beetle and Satan was your personal favorites. And as you went up to Levi's room, you heard Levi and Asmo talking to each other and Levi getting louder. What was actually happening was that Asmodeus were making sexual comments about you going into Levi's room and doing some dirty stuff. Because he is the avatar of lust. And he was getting on Levi's nerves. Of course, he tried to brush it off as he usually does. He went to your room, went up to his room where you was sitting on his bed, and you guys kept playing games. You made fun of his cosplay and his obsession with anime, saying that he was a total weeb. When he asked that what it was a human term they used in the human world. He called you a normie playfully. And he jokingly said, my normie. And then it happened. You just processed what he said and your face turned red. Huh? Why are you all red now? He said. Repeat what you said. I said, you're my... Oh my god. His face was turning all red now. Let's just keep playing and pretend that never happened. Yeah, will do. You guys kept chatting. Levi was sitting across from you while he was ranting about some stuff he did. You were so cute when he was rambling. And when your eyes lit up when he was talking about something that you loved, it just made his heart flutter. It had butterflies in his stomach. It was all so sappy, and he didn't want to come off as this sappy, clingy guy. So he probably had to get it, but you stuck with him. Oh, and I got you this, he said. It was a couple of charms and talismans with your favorite anime characters on it. You're overexcited. He quickly turned it on. Aw, thank you, Levi. No problem. Seeing you smile made his heart flutter even more. He had butterflies in his stomach. Then he got a call. Oh, hey, hey. Enter the name of the demon on the end of the phone who kept keeping you away from Levi. I'm not sure what to name him yet. I was thinking of a name him Bakugo, but I don't want to bring shame to Bakugo like that, so no. Yes, what is it? Alright, I'll be over there. He hanged up your DDD. Sorry, I have to go. Oh, I was having a great time. He packed up your stuff. That day, he was wearing a pinkish red lipstick. He gave him a kiss on the cheek and left. The stain was there, and when he went downstairs, Asmo kept on pestering him about it until he realized what happened. He quickly washed it off, but now his brothers wouldn't leave him alone about it. Oh, great, he muttered. The demon who wouldn't leave you alone would constantly try to kiss you, get out with you, even try to hook up with you sometimes. But you kept just saying no. He was getting angry. No one in the school ever told him no, which made him into a spoiled brat. You threatened him multiple times to go to Davalo about him sexually harassing you. But he just wouldn't stop. One day, he was hanging out behind the school, waiting for Levi to come out. During your free period, you and him would go back there, play games, and just chat and have some snacks. Oh, side guys, before I get into this anymore, trigger warning, this will be attempted rape. Okay? Attempted. So, if you don't feel comfortable with this, just skip ahead more, or just click out the video. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. You guys can't say I didn't give you a warning. Anyways, boop, back to the story. The demon who kept bothering you came around. Oh, brother, he said. You were sitting down trying to ignore him. Hey, beautiful, he said in trying to be a seductive tone. Oh, come on. Look at me when I'm talking to you, he said. Not in the mood, he said. Oh, come on. I know you're always in the mood to talk to me, princess. No, he said, looking back down at your game. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Your eyes looked at him. He looked so tired he was so done with his shit. He was getting on your nerves. Get up. No, he said. I'm waiting for someone. I said, get up. And I said, no, he said, raising your tone now. How dare you? Do you know who I am? Yeah, spoiled pimpus brat, he said, playing back your game. He was playing FNAF. Hashtag, thank you, Scott Coffin, for all the FNAF games. So you had to go. He was trying not to die, and he was getting your nerves, and he was on night 4, and it was 5 a.m., and your power was only 15. He quickly grabbed your phone away. Hey, give me back my TTD! No, until you start paying attention to me. Stop it! he said, jumping, trying to get your phone back. He put his hand around your waist. There. Much better. You pinched his hand using your long nails. Ow! You quickly grabbed your phone. What's your problem? He quickly tackled you to the ground. The outside was rubble. Though there was no one could see you guys there. The building had walls around it. He tried getting up, but he was a very heavy person. He tried reaching down to your legs, but you kicked him in the private parts. But he tried getting on top of you. He was overpowering you. He wasn't the strongest person in the world. Then, he felt him being picked up, and he saw him got tossed. Like he was a piece of rubbish. He looked up to see it was Levi. Levi, there was cuts on your knees from him pushing you down on the gravel. Yes. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Come on. The demon's head was bleeding. I'm not taking him to the nurse. Not anytime soon, he said. You chuckled. This is serious, listener. Right. Sorry. You report him to the Valo. He got kicked out of Red for sexual harassment. Thanks for saving me back there. No problem. Me and him were walking home. Hey, can we sit over there? My knees are starting to hurt again. Oh, right. You guys sat down near a tree. On your way home. You know, you didn't have to save me back there. It was my choice. You are my friend after all. I'm glad you think that way. Levi, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. He quickly grabbed his hands and put them in yours. His face turned pink. Yeah, listener? He was starting to stutter a little. I like you. I like you a lot. He gave him a kiss on the lips. So, how you feel about it? I like you too. Great. How about we go on our first date together? Huh? Sure. Why not?